Alright, yo, so by the title, you have probably figured out that we are back on the charts for the first time in like probably a few months. So it's good to be back. Today, I'm going to be going over every trade that I took this week. There's actually some confusion. I thought yesterday was Friday, so it was quite embarrassing because I was putting shit up on my story like, oh yeah, not trading tomorrow since, you know, end of the week. That was on Wednesday. So, yeah, now I got that all cleared up. I'm going to go through every trade that I took just in chronological order. I think there was like 3 or 4. Everything that I saw good about them, everything bad. But at this point, you're going to be taking trades that really don't have anything wrong with them. Like, you could pick it apart in hindsight, but it is a probabilities game. So even on your losers, you just need to realize that maybe there's no reason that they actually lost. So let's just kick it off with the first trade that I took. The first trade was on the Monday, and this is the first 15-minute 1 to 10 I have caught. Now, that is a great way to start off the video and was a really nice way to start off the week. So you see entry. Yeah, entry was down here. We see the zone. It's an accuracy zone since this wick is higher than the candle after. If you're watching this video, I hope you know the essentials of liquidity, supply and demand. You probably do, so if not, there's, you know, like Mango's got a video, so go run that up. I'll leave that down below. But higher time frame, I'll just zoom out a little bit. We see that we're coming back to this zone or area where we have recently gone super bullish from. As you can see, it started breaking higher highs and that. It all started at this area here. Now, if we do actually go to a higher time frame, we see that there were gaps to be filled, and this retracement did exactly that. Filled all of the gaps that are looking to be filled. So after we did all of that, you can zoom in a little bit, see some lower highs being formed here. These were broken, meaning, you know, potential higher highs starting to be formed, zone made. And if you really wanted to like get into like the proper technicals, like this was broken, and then we found a double bottom down here, kind of turned into a triple bottom, but let's just leave that as a double bottom. So yeah, double bottom at these two. Yeah, and then we broke that high, came back to zone. I got in a tiny bit late, but it was meant to be on this close just here, as you can see. And with our stop loss literally just like a pipping a bit below, you can see that that hit a 1 to 10. I don't know if this was a news event here at 7 a.m. on GBP or ORD, but that is what actually hit, and that was in the morning. Pretty sure I was fast asleep then, so that was really nice to wake up to. And as I said, that's my first 1 to 10 on the 15-minute, so that's some validity. I took my first TP around a 1 to 5 when we started testing this supply. I wasn't getting scared or anything of it, but as we can see, a lot of consolidation was kind of being formed here, so got out of some partials, as you should in like every trade, to be honest, unless you're trying to get greedy. I can't express how many times I've gotten greedy and lost all of the profits, so didn't want to do that here. And yeah, I mean, nothing to complain about. After that, we started coming back down, but probably come bullish from here on. So this will come out on the Monday, so this week I'm going to be looking bullish probably, but we'll see. All right, so for the second trade, that was an ORD NZD just here. Now this is pretty clear take profits, so that's really nice. We're kind of, this was a 30-minute trade, we're kind of in the noise of some higher time frame stuff, but gaps to be filled up here. As we can see, that's what news did. I don't know what news this was. I think it was, oh, it's a weird pair. I never really know news times with like NZD or anything, but yeah, that's exactly what we did. But we just didn't want to do it on this move. The liquidity was formed just here. After market structure started breaking some highs, you know, like that's pretty major, making higher lows as well, just here. This is higher than here. So, you know, we're getting some break of structures to the upside. At another accuracy zone, since this wick is bigger than here. This entry was actually a 15-minute break for me. I'm not really too sure what other people took this as entry-wise, but I know 15-minute flips and 15-minute break of candles has always been really good confluence for a good entry model. So that's what I took. Only thing I really see bad with this trade, and a reason that I may have lost, is, you know, breaking structure to the downside towards zone. Higher time frame may be downtrending, but like I was saying, all of the confluences that I like to see, you know, this high was broken, a higher low was made. There's really nothing that I could really say about it bad. other than in hindsight, you know. This has everything for a winning trade. Didn't want to do that this time, and that is something that you are going to have to get used to. If you are interested in seeing my psychology, or maybe even getting some of the signals, such as that initial GA 15 minute, then join up my live journal Discord down below. I'm going to be doing that until I'm, you know, profitable for a long time. So that'll be a long-term thing, and it's only going to grow with value. So get in whilst it's cheap. Anyways, enough with the plugs, on to the next. So yeah, these were both on the Monday, and then the next trade actually took place on the Wednesday. Didn't take any trades on the 13th, which was the Tuesday. But next was our very first UK 100 trade, and to say the least, it lived up to some hype. This was performing really well in backtesting. If you wanted to see all of that, RD's done a lot on it over on his YouTube and also in his Discord. Not trying to plug again, but yeah, his Discord is going to have all of the source with everything, which actually did lead to another 1 to 10 if you held. So that's also down below. But I only took at a 1 to 4. Let me do a little bit of a breakdown. Overall market structure is a little bit consolidatory. As we see in here, it was downtrending. Broke loads of highs here, came back down, filled gaps, you know, it's kind of all over the place. So I'd be in for buys or sells at this point. But then we started getting this super uptrending, you know, super bullish, just higher highs, higher lows. This does move a lot differently to most Forex pairs that I trade. So yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to, but I'm fine with that. This was a very small zone, you know, just like very preferable. It wasn't at the start of a move like something like this, but liquidity was so clear. Potential of people getting faked out at here, entered on like a close or something, got faked out. So that serves as our liquidity. And then the entry was actually on the 15-minute flip. Now this is another 15-minute entry. They just really do serve well for more precise entries. I can't remember if spreads are bad on UK 100. I don't think they are at all. I think I was just a little bit late. Still getting used to C trader. That's my excuse. So entered on the, it's also kind of the 30-minute flip, to be honest. Yeah, stop loss just below the wick, since we're getting quite far away from zone after that flip. You know, if we're coming back down, I'll just take a re-entry, but looked like we didn't want to. Now, I know most people actually held at least till this high, so that was well done. But this was, I went on a massive losing streak. So this was me getting back to break even. That was my TP, which was about a 1 to 4. But as a pair, I mean, super clear things to hold to. You know, 1 hour supply, just perfectly filled all of these gaps. This is definitely going to be a pair that we trade a lot. I mean, first week of it being in our watch list, and it's just hit a 1 to 10. That's so crazy. But yeah, the breakdown on it is super, super simple. I mean, there's not really anything that was making us scared to take it. You know, like even higher time frame. We're just super bullish, man. And maybe it's going to be like NAS, how we use it as a bullish instrument. I still need to do some personal backtesting on it, but that's all stuff we'll get into. And now for the final trade, which I thought was on Friday. I don't know how I didn't even just look. That's still so surprising to me. That was a huge shock this morning. Or, well, I loaded up C Trader to see my history to make this video, and I see the markets moving, and I'm like, why is UC moving on a Saturday? Oh, not one of my brightest moments. But anyways, finally for this UC, we see overall we're super downtrending. Now there is one reason why I might have not have taken this, or why I shouldn't have, so I'll get into that in a second. So yeah, as you saw, super downtrending. This was probably some news, yeah, 130. So these formed as some gaps, which we did retrace, and with this push up, all of those gaps were filled. Probably some higher time frame supply being tapped, yeah, just there. So I'm looking for sells right now, as we're now breaking all of these lows, forming lower highs, everything that you're trying to see on a break of structure to the downside. Liquidity was super easily formed about 6 pips away, which for the 30-minute, even on something like EU, is not much at all. Maximum pips on UC, I believe, are 30, so super, super valid. Broke lows after forming liquidity, everything that you're trying to see. If you don't know any of this, once again, just run up Mango's video. And entry was on the flip. Now, with something like this, we're super close to zone, so I probably should have just waited for the bearish close. The reason why I thought I might not have taken this, or why I possibly shouldn't have, is that people were waiting for this zone up here. In my opinion, and in hindsight and all of that, I do like this zone a lot more. It's not that I didn't see it, I potentially just saw this entry as super, super preferable, but another reason why I shouldn't have taken is we were getting close to 130. Well, this was only 10 a.m. But when you're on a higher time frame, you're going to be holding through news. The fact that we were kind of trading a middle zone and news was coming up, this shouldn't have been a trade at all, which is a shame. Everything was looking really good for these, but yeah, news just wasn't having any of it. So that's a little breakdown. If you guys wanted me to go over any of your trades that you think maybe you need to learn some stuff on, once again, join up my Discord down below. It's super cheap right now, so I hope to see some of you guys in there. But apart from that, that is all of the trades that I took this week. Thanks for watching. Follow up my socials in my link tree, and I'll see you later.